What's up guys, Duster McDangles back here with another video, and in today's episode we're going to be getting into everything NHL 22. Where is NHL 22? Where are the announcements? Where's the trailer? Where's the cover athlete? We're going to get into everything here, as well as get into some new things we can expect with NHL 22. We'll talk about the cover athletes, and most importantly, where is NHL 22? EA Play was the other day and there was nothing new to be found on the game itself, which is a little concerning, but sort of on the trend of everything that has been going on in the past year with the NHL series. Last year, NHL 21 came out a little bit later than normal. Are we going to see the same thing this year? We'll have to get into the video today, but if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future action for anything NHL related, NHL gameplay related, and NHL 22 related, guys. We're going to be getting into everything here, but let's hop into the intro and we'll hop into the episode. So after looking at a bunch of different articles and everything, and looking through Twitter, looking through everything, going through EA Play, it was quite disappointing not seeing anything new news-wise in regards to NHL 22, as they were able to talk about Madden 22 and FIFA 22, pretty much the EA staples in early releases, Madden usually being end of August, as FIFA's usually September potential, early to mid-September is usually when FIFA releases. Obviously, those look to be still on schedule, with no news from NHL 22 whatsoever at EA Play. Again, that's the second straight year in a row that there was nothing announced, which is, I mean, if we're going trend-wise, it is a bad sign. I expect NHL to be released mid-October, potentially. Could be like last year, as last year it was a little late from the previous years from that. Last year it was really August was when things started picking up with NHL 22. End of August, we had the cover athlete released with Alexander Ovechkin. Then September came around, mid-September is when we got the trailer and betas and all that good stuff coming out. And then later in October, about 13 October, I think it was October 13th, I could be wrong. I believe it was October 13th is when NHL dropped to the public, NHL 21, and honestly, I think that this has been one of the better games in a long time that NHL have made. Obviously, still some mechanics and things like that that we will need to eventually work on, but we're going to be getting that, I think, in the next game here shortly, with NHL 22 again being rumored to move over to the Frostbite Engine. And if you guys are not familiar with the Frostbite Engine, that is what Madden 22, that's what FIFA 22 or FIFA 21 and Madden 21, they've been operating off of the Frostbite Engine. As we have been seeing some more things, I've seen some things on Twitter for updates on this being more and more potential. I don't know if it's going to happen just because of everything with, is it going to be on the new console? Is it going to be on both consoles? Obviously, I think NHL 22 will be on both consoles, both next gen and current gen. I feel that that is going to be the case. I don't think that they would skip out on the old gen. They'd be missing out on a lot of money in regards to that. But how's the Frostbite Engine going to play on the old consoles or the current consoles versus the new consoles? Obviously, on the newer consoles, it's going to run amazing. I think it might feel a little bit more like Madden and FIFA, where it's, I don't know, I wouldn't say more clunky, but I know Madden sometimes feels clunky. I've played it in the past, haven't really enjoyed it at all. FIFA, I'd say, is another story. I enjoy FIFA. I think the mechanics of Frostbite coming into NHL might be a huge upgrade to the gameplay and feel of everything, but we're going to have to wait and find out until we get some betas, closed and open betas, actually get the game out and get our first reactions to the game. It'll be interesting to see if they do upgrade to Frostbite, or if it's going to be, I've seen it in games in the past where the new consoles are on the new Frostbite or on the new gameplay style, whereas on the current gen it's basically what it was. And I doubt that they would do that. That would just be more coding, more making of the game, and designing that to be different on two different consoles, old gen versus new gen. I don't think they would do that. It would make the most sense. It would take a lot longer to actually get the game out, but with the game not actually being released possibly until mid-October again, we might see that potentially. I doubt it, but that is a potential that we could look for, that I would say would be a huge disadvantage for NHL 22, as well as a huge disservice to its fans, to the ones who love the game, who love franchise, love Ultimate Team, love just playing the game with friends. I think you need the one gameplay engine being Frostbite throughout the entire current and new gen consoles. So let me know what you guys think down below, if they should just do Frostbite throughout, or if they might do the hybrid again. I've seen it in games in the past where it's a hybrid, new consoles on the new, old or current consoles on the regular. I don't know if that'll be the case, but moving on here again, some more articles here that I have found. Again, I've been looking through Twitter, everything like that, and these ones particularly, again, talking about how EA Play Live has come and gone, nothing in the world of NHL 22 being announced, which again kind of sucks, but we did expect, and it does say here that it was expected that EA could be saving NHL 22's reveal for EA Play Live, but obviously that didn't happen. So when are we going to actually see it? I thought it might be at the expansion draft for the Seattle Kraken. Thought we might have seen something at the NHL draft. I don't know if they're going to maybe wait till the actual start of the regular season, which again, that would be way long because the start of the regular season is in October. Again, I expect August. We get at least the cover athlete, which we will talk about here in just a minute, but I expect at least the cover athlete to be announced around the same time, mid to early August for NHL 22, which again, we've got all these different images. NHL 22, I mean, there's some favorites on the board right now. You've got McKinnon as one, if I can find him here. Where's our boy McKinnon? He was my guess last year. Obviously he didn't get it. This one of Jack Hughes would actually be pretty sick. I don't think that would happen. McDavid and Draisaitl, there are top two nominees, I think. I would say it's between McDavid or McKinnon. I think because last year they went old with Ovechkin, and I think this year they might go back with maybe a fresher young player. So they went, last couple of years they've gone, drawing a blank on his name, Austin Matthews, Alexander Ovechkin, and I think you go back to maybe a younger type player. I mean, the stats that he put up last year, and he's already been a cover athlete, but I think McDavid is most likely going to be the cover athlete this year. If they go McKinnon, that wouldn't be bad at all, but I have a feeling that they're going to go back to Connor McDavid. It wouldn't be the first time they've done it. They've done Jonathan Toews multiple times. They've done Patrick Kane, I believe, multiple times, if I'm not mistaken. So they have had multiple athletes in the past on the cover. I mean, Ovechkin was a multiple athlete cover. I think he was on the cover back in NHL 08. It was something way back in the O-somethings. I don't remember off the top of my head, but honestly, I do expect it to be Connor McDavid again. Amazing year he had. He's a young player. He's this generation's top player. He's this generation's Crosby, this generation's Ovechkin. I think you go back with him. I don't think you could go wrong with that. But man, it's going to be interesting to see where we go here for NHL 22. Again, we always, this time of year, we're getting to the end of NHL 20 or 20, whatever it is. So this year being NHL 21, the game just feels sluggish. It just feels so repetitive. I mean, at this point, I'm really just going through franchise modes and just having fun playing that. Ultimate Team, I gave up way, way long ago. Just lost interest in it. I hope in NHL 22 they find ways to keep people around. I thought that, again, they did a great job this year with NHL 21 and Ultimate Team and all the different game modes. But I think this upcoming year, I'm going to really look forward to what they do for that mode, as well as the gameplay. If we are on the Frostbite Engine, how is that going to feel? How's it going to look? I'm really excited for franchise mode, if they're going to do anything new to it. I think contracts and the way being an actual GM as opposed to just playing the game and getting results, I think they need to do a little more adding to that aspect, which I think would make it a little bit more fun. They did that little cool thing with the trade deadline deals and everything like that, but I think if you can add more onto franchise mode, I think you'll get the more casual game player to NHL 22 as opposed to just doing play now, online modes, and then just your general franchise mode. Obviously, Be a Pro was great with the additions they add, but I think that can be refined a little bit more just to make it more of an authentic experience as opposed to going number one all the time, unless you purposely try to do bad and go later on in the draft. I think they need to work on that a little bit more, but with the new engine, Frostbite Engine, if that is the route that they are taking, I think the sky's the limit with the things they can do to not only franchise Ultimate Team and Be a Pro, but everything else with the game, which makes me super excited for this one. I cannot wait for the announcements with the cover athlete, with the actual trailer, with the gameplay. I expect them, if we're getting things from FIFA and Madden here with the trailers and seeing the hyper motion or whatever the heck it's called, if we're going to get the same thing with NHL and getting to see the different modes and different trailers, that's going to be interesting to see. I cannot wait for that. Obviously, I cannot wait for this game. I'll be pre-ordering as soon as it's announced. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, what you guys think about this game. Who do you think is going to be the cover athlete? Is it going to be between McDavid, McKinnon, or is it going to be some dark horse that I did not talk about today? Are you guys excited for going over to a new engine, that being Frostbite, if that is indeed the case? Also, let me know down below what you guys think about the current game, NHL 21, and what new things you guys want to see in NHL 22. Do we need a reamped franchise mode? Do we need additions to be a pro? Do we need a more authentic feel to those modes? Again, let me know what you guys think down below with everything. And also for my online players, let me know what you guys think about Ultimate Team and solos and head-to-head and all that fun stuff with ESC or ESAHL. I never really play that mode, but let me know what you guys think down below, what needs to be added or reamped in those game modes respectively. I want to see what you guys have to say, but again, be sure to subscribe to the channel for updates on NHL 22, as well as we will be getting into our own franchise mode via pro, all that good stuff as soon as it picks up here in the future. I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.